Okay, you start.
So guys, what did you think of the course?
Which course? Oh, that's one we just done. No, it was awesome. I think learned it was a bit confusing to start with. I think we were all over the place. But as you got into it and things started to just gel together, that was awesome. I think especially today. Pity we got to leave it a little earlier, but today it was really starting to hang together.
Yeah.
And I think it ignites lots of things that you'd like to do. You know, and that's a huge thing. All these ideas, it was amazing.
I think Hannes made a good point, which probably where he said you were meant to be confused because you don't know these things. If you did know them, you'd be successful. So it's important to know that you will be confused to start with, but everything will start making sense. And once it does, it will infuse you to go out and do something about it to change your circumstances.
Yeah.
Cool,
And
man.
it's
And
good.
how did you find Hannes, huh?
Yeah, I think Hannes is an awesome enthusiastic.
Energy! Which is awesome. I think he's got a lot of energy. I mean, that's what you need.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the days are long, so you'll.
He's got a tall order to try and entertain people for that length of
So
time.
his energy like into you, and then.
I would never have thought it would be possible, but he makes it possible. So well done, Hannes.
Yeah, there were other cool guys there with Leon and was it the other guy? Skittle.
I would recommend taking Scott on a 21k run
Yeah, and
because
you
he
got-
can teach you
You
so
get
much.
private. You get private mentoring. So
Private
just go.
coaching for
invite
2
him.
hours.
2 hours, 21k.
So if you've got it in you,
Yeah,
invite
unbelievable.
Scott for a 21.
And just guys, from your side, what is your the one thing you're going to commit to from your own personal perspective?
I'd say, one of the things, I'm like very impulsive, so we start a million things without actually knowing what we're doing with it. So I think one of the things is to actually be a little more strategic when you have an idea. So okay, here's the idea, let's go with it. The other thing I'd love to also do is actually, that's two things, is actually pick up on some of the things that were like blockages in our minds. And actually one of these came from the great Scott to do a database and things, but actually to pick up on those things and actually examine things that we thought, this is a blockage, we can't move on because of this, and say, just be creative. And I think there's a lot of opportunity there.
Yeah, I think it was very important to realize our blockage, mine was database, and you just opened my eyes in 1 second, why is that a problem? And I think if people could just start thinking what's stopping them from being a success and look at their blockages. So definitely my thing is I'm going to get that database and I'm going to look at what you shared, people who are in my niche who can help benefit me even further, and one project at a time.
Yes, and connect with clever people.
Yes, keep connecting.
There were some clever people here, Hannes and Leon and the other guy. And I mean, if you just mix with people that are like,
What does your first say? Your first point on your notebook, you say the king? What did you
oh
say?
yes, you've got to. I'll leave you guys with this final thing. It's actually Google's saying under Google Scholar, stand on the shoulders of giants. Now, if you could see Scott behind this thing, he's huge. Get on his back if he doesn't mind, and you're going to learn lots.
Cool, guys. Good luck for Two Oceans and Comrades.
Thanks, we'll see you there.
You too.
Cheers.
Once again, had an absolutely fabulous time. Apart from the brain being greater, which is a standard with Hannes, you do need a week to go through everything in your subconscious. The course content, specifically, I think the answering of questions or breaking down of a particular part of, for instance, applying the formula for riches. So this bit, these are the questions you can ask yourself, and so hang on, now sit down and ask yourself those questions, because those are very hard questions to ask for the first time. Hannes is a treat as usual, dancing and screaming. Scott, I think you've had a influence on him, because I've never heard him swear so much before. So and then the last one, my commitment. My commitment is that I have 2 emails to send tomorrow in terms of packaging a teeny weeny little program that I did write, or a little database, but which I actually think is saleable for a small amount, and I would like to package it with one other software. So I'm going to get hold of those guys tomorrow and find out if they have some sort of affiliate program. And and my commitment is it's now time. I've got my head right with Hannes's help. Now it's time to get rich. We're going to do that now.
Cool, man. Thanks,
All right.
So, guys, how'd you find the course?
Well, it was a very good course. We learned a lot, and I think we're going to go back and apply the stuff we learned.
Cool, man. And Hannes, how did you find him on the course?
Well, actually, it's awesome. I've done a couple of courses. It's the first time that I actually met him, and actually he's challenged you all the way, and that is amazing. Actually, knowing that he's challenging you to move on.
And what's your commitment to each other? What are you guys going to achieve?
Well, next time when we come back here, we want to be fellows of the Institute of
Yes, we want to qualify in that level.
Fantastic. And I think with that 25 years experience with Fiberglass, we want to see some national expansion, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Maybe a franchise or something.
Like a cool, guys. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
So what did you think of the course?
I really enjoyed it. There's actually such basic things that you're supposed to do every day that you don't do. So yeah, it's excellent the way they presented it, and to see such basic things that can be implemented by anybody.
And Hannes?
Like we all know, Hannes is such a natural person. He gives it in such a friendly atmosphere and makes jokes all the time. So you can't get tired. You can't not be involved in the course. So he's excellent.
Cool, man. And lastly, what's your commitment to yourself?
For myself, for my business, to go back and to implement a couple of basic KPIs for the business to be measured on a weekly basis, and I'm sure that will make a great difference to the business.
Lekker, man. Thanks.
Thanks.
So how did you find the course?
Very worthwhile. Really can recommend it to anybody, especially people who are in business or are thinking of starting their own business. If you want to minimize risk, this is the course for you.
And how did you find Hannes?
Hannes is hell of entertaining. He's a really nice guy. It's a real treat to be in his courses or to even just watch videos of his courses. It's always entertaining.
Cool, man. And lastly, what's your commitment to yourself?
To stick with this Wealth Creators University for the rest of this year, make sure that I do on a weekly basis get some performance reports from the business, and just start focusing on doing a few simple basic things right.
Cool, man. So how did you find the course coming all the way from Dubai for it?
Well, started slow, and then on the second day it really started picking up and made a lot of sense to me. And I wrote down quite a couple of actions. Already called the wife to agree on a couple of things that we need to change in our lives.
Fantastic. And Hannes as a presenter?
Honest, straightforward, and reguit van die perd se bek af.
And lastly, your commitment. You mentioned it to your wife. Do you want to share what your commitment is?
Yeah, I agreed. We're going to get up every morning at 5 o'clock. I've got about 2 hours then to do a bit of studying. There's a lot of work to be done. I need to kick off with the Property Pro, and thereafter it's going to be the Master Key course. And we agreed that we're going to do that together, because we're in this together, and we're hoping that's going to carry us to get out of corporate and run our own business and investments properly.
Oh, fantastic. I can pretty much assure you, if you put in the time and effort, you'll get to where you want to get to.
Thanks.
So guys, what do you think of the course?
Excellent.
Yeah, I've been attending Hannes' courses for a while now, and I think after watching the procrastination webinar, I think that was sort of the turning point where I told Rulin, it's now or never. We've got to make this choice and come on this this Wealth Creators University. And I think I've made a serious commitment. Well, she pushed me into it because I fly helicopters. She said, if you don't get it right this time, no more helicopters.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a serious commitment I made, and I'm going to stick to it and do the blueprint and make a success of it.
Awesome. And lastly, Hannes, how did you find him as a presenter sitting here live?
We always enjoy Hannes, full of energy, funny sometimes, and but you can see the passion and the seriousness in his teachings, and he really believes in it.
Cool, man. Thanks so much, guys, and good luck.
Thanks.
So tell us, how did you find the course?
The course was fantastic. I loved it.
And Hannes as a presenter?
Hannes as a presenter is always brilliant. It's amazing on how in touch he gets to be with us from the emotional level to the physical. So you basically get to be in a state which is unbelievable, and if you really look deep into it, it's some immense value of information, and which builds your database, or which builds your being actually.
And awesome. And your commitment to yourself, what do you want to achieve after what you've learned?
My commitment is very simple. I want to match my active income with my passive income, and yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, good luck and thanks so much.